So we're here at the NEC Classic Car Show. I'm here with Andrew Yates. And which stand are we on?
We're on the joint stand between the Sunbeam Alpine Owners Club and the Sunbeam Tiger Club. And what we've done is we've recreated a Roots dealership from the 1960s.
Very slick, very slick. Love the James Bond theme there. And we've got this rather lovely Sunbeam Alpine. No, there's no Alpine in it. It's a Sunbeam Harrington Le Mans. Based on an Alpine, but we don't have the Alpine in the name. Very lovely thing. In a nutshell, tell me the story of the Harrington Le Mans.
So in 1961, the Roots factory entered two vehicles into the Le Mans 24 hours. Both had modifications from the Harrington coach building company. One of them won the index of thermal efficiency, and they decided, not being a slave to publicity, to reproduce 250 cars in honour of the Le Mans win, and that's where this car came from. And this car is actually the same colour as the car that won Le Mans.
And is this the original colour?
This is the original colour, which is Seacrest green.
It's very fetching. It's really, really lovely. So this particular car, how long have you owned it?
I've owned the car 11 years. I found it in a container in Monmouthshire where it had been for 28 years. It had been stripped down by the owner. Fortunately, he'd kept the majority of the parts, and so began the labour of love in terms of reconstructing the car.
And how much of this is Sunbeam and how much is Harrington? Did they just graft a roof on, or did they make more significant changes?
Yeah, so there's a Series 2 just behind you, the blue James Bond car, and that's how this car began. It would have been taken to the Harrington factory, probably minus the windscreen and the interior. The back would have been chopped off, and then the swept back was grafted on. That's actually glass reinforced plastic. Harringtons were one of the pioneers of bonding fiberglass to metal.
We haven't actually said what year this is.
1961, same year as that Le Mans victory in the index of thermal efficiency.
Okay, so it got into production pretty quickly.
It did. So this is actually car 18. They made 250. So this car was made in the autumn of 1961. So it's one of the very, very early cars.
And do we know how many survive?
There's a registry. There's probably a little over 100 cars in that registry of the 250, the majority of which went over to America. This really was built for the American market.
And obviously the Tiger is based on the Alpine. Did they build any Tiger versions?
They built one, and we don't have records, but we think it was either a customer's car that was modified, or they built one as an experiment.
Okay. And
that now resides in America.
Okay, so that survives. Okay, well, thanks very much. Fabulous looking car.
Well, one other interesting fact.
Oh, okay.
The Sunbeam Alpine Series 2, on which this was based, was £725. By the time they'd finished with all the modification, coach building the interior, modifying the engine to Le Mans specification, the sticker price on this car was £1,631. So more than
really
double the price.
One.
Pretty close to the price of an E-Type and more than the price of a Sunbeam Tiger.
And nowadays, how does the value of this compare to an E-Type? Presumably this is more affordable,
well,
less
to me
affordable?
it's priceless.
There is that,
but
yeah.
I would put a value on this car of somewhere between £50,000 and £60,000.
Okay, so E-Types are significantly more valuable, but they're a lot more plentiful as well. Okay, magnificent. Thank you very much.
Very welcome.